3.
Assalamualaikum and a very good night. We are from group 3. Tonight we are going to present take home task 3. So I am Mohamad Mirza Syahmi and my matrix number is 200,777.
My name is Nurul Ain Bt Ruslan and my matric number is 200808.
My name is Zubaidah Bt Mohamad and my matric number is 201930. I'm sorry because I have a problem for my camera later, so I don't get to open my camera. Sorry.
My name is Muhammad Syakir bin Shamshuazar. My matric number 204003.
Hi, my name is Siti Hajar Binti Kamaruzaman. My matric number is 204280.
Okay, I will start first our presentation for THC3. For the first question is, what are the characteristics of an effective compare and contrast thesis statement? We have 4. The first is must not the keyword. 2, should state the opinion that not restate the question. 3, must have signaling transitions. And 4, organizing. Next.
Okay, the next question is what make a compare and contrast essay thesis different from other essay types? So the answer is a compare and contrast essay analyze the subject by comparing and contrasting them. And the thesis should clearly state the subject that are to be compared and contrasted. Okay, I will pass the presentation to the next question.
So the third question is, why do we need to have a transition signal of contrast when writing a thesis statement or a compare and contrast essay? Provide 3 examples of transition signal of contrast in a thesis statement for a compare and contrast essay. So contrast transition signals are useful in achieving good cohesion and coherence in your writing. As the name clearly implies, there are transition words that establish a comparison or a contrast between one thing and another. So, following are the 3 examples I've provided. All right. So I think we can proceed to the next question.
Okay, for number 4, the example of thesis statement in a contrast and compare essay. Okay, firstly, even though many people cannot tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi, there are distinct differences in taste, nutritional content, and advertising. Okay, for the next example is, why authoritative and permissive parenting seemingly completely opposite? They have one key similarity. Parents who practice both parenting styles encourage their children to make their own decision. Okay, next.
For the next part, okay, identify and find examples of use for the 3 tenses that are commonly found in academic writing. So the first one is the present simple tense. Present simple is the most common tense in academic writing, and it is usually considered as the default unless there is a certain reason to choose another tense, such as sentences contains a past time marker. Okay. Next one, the past simple tense. Past simple is used to refer to actions completed in the past. The present perfect tense. Present perfect is usually used when referring to previous research, and since it is a present tense, it indicates that the findings are relevant today. So this is the example of the three tenses. Okay, the present simple tense. Scholars share a common argument that engineering is the most male-dominated of all professions. The example of past simple tense, properly the most commonly discussed phenomenon in music cognition is the Mozart effect. This is the general claim, and specific example. Rocher and a colleague first documented this effect in their seminal paper. And the last example, present perfect tense. There has been a large body of research regarding the effect of carbon emissions on climate change. Okay, this is the last topic for THT3. What are the general rules of SVA, subject verb agreement? If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular too. As example, she writes every day. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. So the example is they write every day. When the subject of the sentences is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and use a plural verb. The example is the doctoral student and the committee members write every day. The next one, when there is one subject and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentences must agree with the subject. As an example, the interviews are one way to collect data and allow researchers to gain an in-depth understanding of participants. Right. The next rule is when a phrase comes between the subject and the verb. Remember that the verb still agrees with the subject, not the noun or pronoun in the phrase following the subject of the sentences. As an example, the student as well as the committee members is excited. Okay, the next one, when two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. As example, the chairperson or the CEO approves the proposal before proceeding. Okay, the next one, when a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closest to the verb. This is also called the rule of proximity. As example, the student or the committee members write every day. The next one, the words and phrases, each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular and require a singular verb. There's two example. Each of the participants was willing to be recorded. Neither alternative hypothesis was accepted. Non-count nouns take a singular verb. There are two examples. Education is the key to success. Diabetes affects many people around the world. Right. The next one are some countable nouns in English, such as earnings, goods, odds, surroundings, proceeds, contents, and valuables. Only have a plural form and take a plural verb. As example, the earnings for this quarter exceed expectations. Next one are some countable nouns in English, such as earnings, goods, odds, surrounding, proceeds. Okay, let's continue on the next one. Okay, this is last one. In sentences beginning with there is, or there are, the subject follows the verb since there is not the subject. The verb agrees with what follows the verb. As example, there is little administrative support. Okay, the last one, collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but are considered singular and take a singular verb. Some examples are group, team, committee, family, and class. As example, the group meets every week. Alright, that's all for our group 3. Okay, any members have anything to say?
No.
No.
Okay, so then we end our meeting here. So thank you for listening. That's all from us.